It's Friday, June 26th, and here are the latest updates. The UN has paused its evacuation of stranded vessels through the Strait of Hormuz. Meanwhile, Tehran warned that ships using routes outside its approved corridors may not be guaranteed safe passage. Now, locally, Abu Dhabi Police and Abu Dhabi Civil Defense Authority teams have brought a fire under control after it broke out Friday morning at the Carpet Souk near Zayed Port in Abu Dhabi. Authorities are urging the public to rely on official sources for their updates. Now, meanwhile, a new cultural landmark located on Saadiyat Island, Dar Al Funun, is reflecting Abu Dhabi's commitment to investing in culture and creativity through world-class facilities, reinforcing the capital as a global hub for culture and the arts. The new destination will open in 2030 and will include opera, an open-air amphitheater, and a jazz venue. And in other news, the FIFA World Cup, Ecuador secured a 2-1 win over Germany to qualify from Group E, while Ivory Coast defeated Curaçao 2.
Good evening. We begin tonight with the horrific images now coming in after devastating back-to-back earthquakes in Venezuela. The magnitude 7.2 and magnitude 7.5 quakes just 39 seconds apart, and they have been deadly. Dramatic video tonight showing the moment the earthquake struck, buildings collapsing into clouds of dust and debris. Tonight, the death toll climbing. The quakes bringing down the ceiling at an airport just north of Caracas. Travelers running for their lives with the terminal coming down around them. Search and rescue teams working around the clock, digging for survivors. Thousands of people still missing at this hour. Tonight, dozens of aftershocks now reported, and you will see the moment on Venezuelan TV showing children being pulled from the rubble alive. ABC's Victor Akendo leading us off tonight.
This is the terrifying moment two massive back-to-back earthquakes struck Venezuela. The strongest to hit the country in a century. A magnitude 7.2 followed 39 seconds later by an even
UAE's National Drug Enforcement Authority held a conference today to launch their national campaign against narcotic substances. The forum brought together senior officials and law enforcement to map out a more unified and proactive defense strategy. A strict warning was also issued during the session, informing people of international syndicates that are aggressively targeting the nation's youth. Investigations revealed that criminal groups use social media platforms to market illicit substances directly to the younger population. The authority reassured families that world-class medical care is available to anyone seeking help.
In this event, we're trying to send a message. It's very important and short message for the families and for the people that are in addiction. So we want them to know that the law helps always to...
The morning has been very sobering. You just see so many buildings entirely collapsed, especially in cities like La Guaira and Caracas. A residential building that I visited later on in the night. It was a building that partially collapsed. Most of the people who lived there passed away. I spoke very briefly to one of their relatives who was in the house when the building started to collapse. But words were just not easy for him. I think he was still very shocked. Even now, almost 24 hours after the initial earthquake, people are just go, go, go. They're, focusing their energy on...
This factory produces more than 2 million footballs a year. And right before the World Cup, demand explodes all across Sialkot, a city in Pakistan that makes about 70% of the world's footballs. But only a small percentage of the roughly 1,000 factories here are FIFA certified because they need to meet some of the toughest standards in sports manufacturing. Workers check the weight to make sure it meets the FIFA standard of 410 to 445 grams. To keep things fair, all balls should weigh the same. If they're too light, they could easily be pushed around by the wind. If they're too heavy, they would be difficult for players to control and could even hurt them. That's why Bola Gema has a lab where they run select samples through a series of performance tests.
सैंपल जब रेडी होता है तो उसे हम टेस्ट करते हैं.
You know, there's 1.5 billion or 2 billion people in the world who wear optical glasses. You know, we believe that glasses are going to be the ideal form factor for the next generation of computing.
Like, I like this one because it's like shifts the visual attention, but it also has meaning.
I think it's got to be on the front, and I think it also, playing with the angle is good.
Well, why don't we make some models and bring some of those back?
There's a difference between people looking at these and saying those are meta glasses, and looking at them and saying that has a camera.
We added this little dot here to make the camera look like an Instagram logo. It helps align the camera and make sure everything is centered.
It's really tough to get all the technology into the glasses and get it a comfortable and good-looking form factor. That's the most of the engineering work that we've done, is basically this miniaturization and curation of what needs to go in.
When me tell you about garden, don't get no expect no flowers. Crazy shootout with 504 hours. Crazy on the click, them no deal with bowers, no girls. Whenever it rain, it showers. Jungle, boss a gun make the place rumble. Enemies a run and them a stumble. No make sense you fumble, no grumble. Best if you humble them without your suit like the red clans and one that knock down Spanish town from border to border. If a punk violate, hey, what a saga. West Indian town, boss a gun name what that. Matthews Lane, man, no name them reignite the flame. How you think Papa fix the team name? Anything